Hello everyone, today my lecture is about family. About this topic, what I want to share is how I heal the wounds of my heart. And I hope if you have some wounds in your heart, you can heal them also through my lecture and how I learned to heal my wounds. First, heart wounds can be made for many reasons, and many situations in our life can make different wounds. And especially today I want to talk about family and family wounds and about my heart. In my heart I had my biggest wound when I was young, when I was around 8 years old, or between 8 years old and 10 years old. And in that time, before that time, I didn't know what was suffering, but I start knowing, and because I see many situations around me, many quarrel between my parents, I start to feel something in my heart. Something was growing since that time in my heart. I felt like I cannot share with anyone, and this thing that I was feeling in my heart started to make me feel isolated from other people, especially from my family. And because I have this and I never share it, I just keep it in my heart, and it started growing and growing each time more. And because of a big wound, many small wounds start to grow in my heart also. And the way I lived with this wound wasn't really good. First, I didn't communicate my heart. And because I didn't communicate my heart, I was just taking all these things for me. I never shared with anyone. Even when people told me to talk, I just closed my mouth, and I had a bad thought, a big thought that made my heart so closed. I always thought, this person that is asking me, really, this person doesn't care, he's just asking to know. But this thought was totally wrong, and with time I realized that that thought was only closing my mouth and my heart, making me not able to share what I was feeling. So when I was not able to share what I was feeling, this just keeping my heart and making me alone from other people. And because I never share and I just have this for me, I start to have anger, and this anger started to grow and grow. And when I saw my parents and when I saw other situations, each time my patience was smaller, each time small and small. When something small happen, explode, just like this. Each time happens more and more. Also, I couldn't understand my family, why they are acting like this, why they are doing like this. I don't understand why others' family is like this and my family is like this. And this actually wasn't true. It was just my thought. Because of this wound, I started having many thoughts that were actually wrong. But I couldn't see. In that moment, I was just trapped in my thoughts that my family was the worst. What is these things happening? And because of this, my relationship with my family was not good. Even it looked like we are living together and we can share together, but in my heart I felt separate from them. I never felt that we can share what we actually feel. So when I felt sad, I just went to my room. I didn't want to share because my heart was so closed. And we just play games together, and after laughing, that was all. There wasn't connection of the heart wasn't flowing. And because There wasn't connection. I couldn't understand my parents at that time. So I lived just like this picture. You can see this person is, what's happening? I don't care. I don't want this anymore. And I thought like this also. I don't want this anymore, this situation. I want it to change. But I just want this situation to change from night to morning. I wake up and everything is perfect. But things are not like this. And I start some process to heal my heart. And that process start with fellowship. The first thing I had to do in that time was to share my heart. But really it was very difficult. People asked me and I was just, I don't want to talk, I don't want to say. And little by little I start talking and saying what's happening in my heart. And I had fellowship with many people, but these words didn't enter to my heart because I just have one thought. This is not going to change. What this person is saying is not going to happen. So my heart was like a stone. I didn't receive anything. But little by little, when I understood, if I don't open my heart, anything will change. Everything is going to be the same all the time. And I didn't want the things to be the same all the time. So I start opening my heart and I share what I felt and why I had this wound and what happened before, how was my heart, how I was feeling. And when I start sharing my heart, I start receiving what the other person was saying. Because if a cup is filled, you cannot put anything else inside. You have to make this cup empty so you can put new water, new drinks inside. The same thing happened in my heart. If I don't make empty my heart, nothing can fill, nothing can enter in my heart. So I start sharing with people and these people start to help me. But there was another part in this fellowship. I also had to share my heart with my family, and that was the hardest part of this healing process. But one day we had the English camp in Costa Rica, and one teacher came and she did a kind of workshop, and it was about family, but especially about father. So we have to go to this workshop with our father, and she started sharing and started guiding the fellowship, and she said, tell to your father how is your heart, how are you feeling, something that make a wound in your heart. What happened? Just talk with your father and share your heart. At that time, really, I cried so much. I didn't even say one word, but I was crying like 10 minutes. And finally, I tell to my father what I felt. And also, she said to the fathers, share your heart and say what are you feeling. And in that heart, I understand my parents' heart. And because of this fellowship I had, I start healing my heart. I start forgiving also. And I had a very stubborn heart because I just saw everyone's mistakes, but I didn't see my mistakes. So my heart was so high, and because of this, I couldn't continue my life normally, just thinking of bad things. But when I set my heart, everything started to change. First, my heart changed. And in that moment, I thought, okay, I set my heart. I think things start changing. And for short terms, things change a little bit. But again, bad things. And in my mind just came, why again, why again? And after some time I listened this verse. I'm going to read. Then Elisha said, hear the word of the Lord. Thus said the Lord, tomorrow about this time shall a measure of fine flour be sold for a shekel, and 2 measures of barley for a shekel in the gate of Samaria. I listened this word, and after listening the sermon, someone told me, now you have to declare and say like Elisha said. He declared because he have faith in God, and God will make everything. So you have to declare like this. You have the best family in the world. Huh? How can I say I have the best family if I see how are they living? What are we doing? How can I say like this? But then I changed my thought. Okay, I'm going to just say, God have to do. And I just said, my family is the best of the world. And after 1 week, the situation just got worse. And I talked with this person again. I said, my family is the best, but the situation is worse now. Why? I don't understand. He said, don't worry, just repeat. Your family is the best and God will work. And at that time, I just want the situation to change. But in my heart, there was some doubt. I will say just to say, but let's see what's going to happen. I didn't actually believe. But after I had fellowship again and I shared my heart about this, in my heart I just thought, okay, God is going to work. My family is the best. And when I changed my heart, I perceived the situation different. Even the things were same, but in my heart, I didn't felt that wound. That wound was starting to heal. And the result, the outcome of this was healing of my heart. And I start to see my family as the best family in the world. Even situation is bad sometimes and sometimes it's good, but I don't have to live just I don't have to live just according of what I see. I have to live according of God's view. So this is my family, and I believe as in this picture we are smiling and we are happy. My family is the best in the world and we are the happiest in the world. Also, you can repeat like this. Your family is the best in the world. Even the situation is the same. Even you think your situation is worse when you repeat, but believe me, God is going to work. And also I want to say something else. Always remember, others' happiness is my happiness. For a long time, I didn't live like this. For a long time. I never thought like this. I always thought just in my happiness, what I can do to feel better, what I can do to have some joy. But when I just think in myself, I cannot see how is the other person feeling, how is my family feeling. I never thought about this. I never saw that my brother was sad, my mother was sad. I just was interested in myself, but others' happiness is my happiness. So I know when my parents are happy, I can be happy. When my brother is happy, I can be happy. Also in your life, if other people is not happy, how can you be happy? Just we try to help this person and we all together can be happy and have a beautiful family. And don't forget, repeat, your family is the best in the world. Thank you for listening.